Okay, I'm back. We are again in Rooms of Wonder. This is not an old book. It's within the last couple of years. Last session I did this background and this one and this one. So if you missed these and you want to see how that was done, just go back one video. Gonna work on this flower, the geranium, today. And there's a couple of different ways you can do flowers that have multiple little blooms on them. Okay? Now, you can come in with your lightest color and do the outside of each one of these, and then your next color come in a little, and then your deepest color in the very middle. Now, I've chosen not to do that for this. I have chosen to make my light source of single area, okay? So I've got my light coming here. So I've got a little over halfway over, then again, just a little over halfway over. So on this one, I'm going to do a little over halfway over. All right? So let's go ahead and blow this puppy up so you can see. Now, you know, if you're on, at least I can do it on my phone. I have an Android, and I can go in and I can touch my screen and I can do this to it and enlarge. So if you've got that option, you might want to try that out or flash these up on your TV screen. Okay, I am still with the Polychromos. Light cadmium red, number 117. A red orange, orange red, okay. Even an orange would work. A deep red, 223. So just a red, okay. And then this one is 217. It's middle cadmium red. So like a burgundy or a brick red, as long as it's got more red than orange to it, okay? But not brown. You don't want to go brown. So if I'm looking at middle, I am going to go ahead and hit this and this. I've got my lightest shade. Okay, so I'm just hitting at what I know is going to be my highlight area. And we already know the biggest ones are right there because that's what the artist is highlighting. And they get smaller as they go around because they cup around. Okay, so now because I want more on this side than this side, if this is middle, I did a little bit here, but then I'm going to go more over here. So I'm going to do just a bit here and here, which means I'm going to go even more that way. All right, so whatever you do on one side, you're going to do a little bit more on the other if you're not keeping it right down the middle, which I am not for this one. Okay, so if that is half, I've got a little more on this side than I do on this side. Okay, that's all I'm going to use this for right this second. I'm going to go to my next color, my middle shade, and I'm going to come around here and do these inner parts. I will come back in the end with a gel pen and do the centers. Okay, and if it helps you to look up a picture of the flowers, then look it up. I do that a lot. I do that a whole lot, y'all. If I'm wanting to do something in the most realistic colors, I will stop and look it up. Okay? Now I'm going to go around here because this one is on top of this one. Okay? Then on here, I'm doing more of it in the red because I'm getting over closer to that edge. This is underneath this. So right there where it's under, it's going to get redder. And I do want these a little bit darker. And if I get in the middle, I'm not too worried about it because I know that my paint pen or gel pen will cover it. Okay, I just want that color in there. I want you to be able to see that red. Then I'm going to go ahead and do the, well, before we go on to the rest of those, let's finish these up. I'm going to come in with my original color, and I'm going to come back and color each one. Now, I am heavy-handed, so I don't need 6, 7, 10 layers, whatever. I just don't, unless I'm purposefully doing something that I'm really concentrating on keeping light-handed. So if it takes you more time than what I'm doing, there is nothing wrong with that. You'll end up with more depth probably in some of your coloring pages than what I have. So take the time. How much time does it need? As much time as it takes. Okay? It's not a race. We're not seeing who does the best, who's done the quickest, who doesn't have to watch the video again if they're following along, who doesn't have to pause. None of that matters. What matters is, am I keeping you company while you color? Are you learning anything? Are you doing the best you can? That's it. Okay, now I came back to my middle color. Now I'm going to come in and start on everything else. So whatever's underneath is a little darker, right? But then I'm still leaving areas that I can beef up, so to speak, even darker with that third color I pulled. So I don't have to do my best on this because I know, and after I just said to do your best, I don't have to cover it all in this one time through because I know I'm going to come back through with my dark and then with this again to blend. And I know when I come back through again to blend, that's when I'm going to finish coloring it in. All right, and see how these others, are they still in the picture or not? Yeah, see how this is all blended in and you've still got the light patch. I want to keep this light patch here. So let me know what you think of the lighting. Is it any better than usual or is it about the same? I did change where the light was, and see I'm going right over the top of this black. From the under stencil, going right over the top of that. And when I come back with the darker, it should help even more. I could have tried to erase it, but I know from experience, those gel sticks do not erase much at all. So, yeah, so let me know what you think on the light. I'm using the one that I got from the art store that's in Dallas, and there's another one in Austin, Jerry's Artorama. You can also order online. It was, I think, $7. No, it was $10, because then we paid shipping. So hubby said we might as well go ahead and get 2 because they were on a sale. The people at the store told me they thought they were actually clearancing them out. It's Jerry's desk lamp or something like that. It's the one that folds up real tiny. If you missed that video, I did it within the last month. Okay. I hope you're watching videos. Sometimes it's fun to sit and watch videos just while you're coloring. I watch TV, I watch movies, I listen to audiobooks, I watch scrapbooking videos, I watch purging and organizing videos. Yeah, I don't just sit. It's not within me to do that. Okay, so all these in-betweens. Now I'm going to go to my darkest shade. Okay, that darkest one. And then I'm going to come through here and I'm just going to start in. So I will start right up here and go around. So that is underneath. Let's just do this first. See what is underneath these others. Let's start with them. That's underneath. This is underneath. That is down. If it's not easy for you to see what is underneath, this might be a better way for you to be able to color. Go around what is on top. And then when you finish that, you've gotten everything that was underneath. See, I've gone around them all, then I've gotten everything that was underneath. And then I can start looking at all the other bits. So back up here again, we did that. This is on top. This. And then I did do around the middles a little bit because I did want it a little darker just in the very middle. Do all those little holes. This is underneath. You just don't want it to be one red mass. Does that make sense? You want there to be highlight, low light. Want there to be areas that are lighter and darker. If you missed the video about hidden edges, you know, when everything is the same color, I'm going to go ahead and go dark down here, just because it's down at the very bottom of the flower. Okay, yeah, lost and found edges, we did a video on that. In fact, you may find a couple of those in my channel of videos, because I did refer to that a couple of times. If everything's looking the same, that means you've lost your separation. Then you need to go back and find those edges. They're hidden, they're lost, and they need to be found. Okay, so that does not look real neat, right? Okay, that's when we come back in with our color that we used just before, and we're going to start blending. Blend each section. If you go across the whole thing with this, you're going to drag the colors back and forth where they don't belong. And by doing each section, I'm sure that it's covered. I won't go into these. They were already blended with the shade lighter than this. Do you have questions? Questions on shading, on flowers, on how to tell what's where on the page? To be honest with you, has always come natural for me to see what's in front and what's behind, and to know where the shadows fall. It is just not something that's ever been a problem for me. But I mean, there's workarounds on that to help you. So let me know if that's a problem, because we can sure shoot out another video on how to do just those things to help you through that. So let me know if there's questions. I'd rather be helping with that than just sitting here talking to air and nobody watching. So yeah, definitely let me know if you have questions. What kind of videos would you like to see? I am at that point where I am just kind of finishing up this book, and then I will do a flip through of what's done whenever it's time for her new book to come out, whether I'm finished with this one or not. Okay, so now then, I've got that basically done. Now, these are all looking dark, and these just pop. It's okay that they pop, but I want a little bit more of the orange color in these others. So watch what happens. See how that turned just a little bit more reddish orange? Okay, so I'm going to come around and just hit at each of these sections that are the biggest, that are closer to that center section. Not going to mess with what's around the very outside. I want that to stay darker. But I want these to have just a little bit more pop to them. I could even come back with yellow. If you get yours a little dark and you think, I just can't get it lightened, nothing says you can't come back with yellow and hit these areas in yellow. It will make them pop. Okay? But there's our flowers. Got it? Questions? Hey, if I've got an answer, I'll let you know, and if I don't, I'll look, and if I can't find an answer, I'll let you know I don't know. There's a lot I don't know. Goodness, just ask my kids. All right, I don't have anything else right now. So today is actually, let's see, what is today? I'm a little bit ahead on videos. Today is the 13th. So yeah, doing good here. I don't know what else to say except leave me comments. Please, please, please. I do read them. I do respond to them. I do listen. All right? So comments below, please. All right. Thanks for stopping in. Bye-bye.